in the vast and often misunderstood lore of Ancient Bharat, where Devas shine in tales of virtue and Asuras are painted with the colors of arrogance and darkness, there stands one figure who challenges every narrative, Shukracharya, the guru of the Asuras, the master of mantras, and the only one to unlock the power of Mritasanjivani, the sacred mantra that could bring the dead back to life. Who was this mysterious sage? Why did he choose the Asuras over the Devas? And how did his wisdom shape the cosmic wars that define the destiny of gods and demons alike? Today, we uncover the untold story of Shukracharya, not as a villain, not as a side character, but as a profound and complex force of spiritual knowledge, austerity, and cosmic balance. Long before the great wars of Mahabharata, before Rama crossed the seas to Lanka, and before Krishna danced with the gopis in Vrindavan, there existed a world where two forces constantly battled for control. The Devas ruled by Indra, and the Asuras, constantly rising and falling, yet never entirely gone. At the heart of the Asuras' resurgence was their guru, Shukracharya, the son of the sage Brigu, and a being of such tremendous penance that even the Devas feared him, not for his power, but for his wisdom. Unlike Brihaspati, the guru of the Devas, who emphasized diplomacy, order, and worship, Shukracharya believed in strength through self-mastery, knowledge, and sacrifice. He lived not in palaces, but in isolation, in deep tapasya, contemplating the deepest mysteries of the Vedas. It is said that Shukracharya mastered the Mritasanjivani mantra after years of penance to Lord Shiva, standing inverted over a fire, breathing only smoke, surviving without food or water, seeking nothing but truth. His unwavering tapas shook the three worlds, and at last Shiva appeared and granted him the mantra that could revive the dead, a knowledge so powerful that it could tip the cosmic balance itself. With this mantra, Shukracharya became the ultimate weapon of the Asuras. In every battle against the Devas, even when the Asuras were slain, he brought them back. He became not just a guru, but a force of resurrection, frustrating Indra and shaking the celestial order. And yet, Shukracharya was not driven by hatred. He was a teacher of Dharma in its rawest form, teaching the Asuras discipline, restraint, and the power of true austerity. He wasn't blinded by luxury or attachment. His choice to side with the Asuras was not because they were right, but because they had been denied knowledge. The Devas had Brihaspati, the Asuras had none. Shukracharya balanced the scale, but his life was not free of conflict. In one of the most fascinating tales, Shukracharya finds himself at odds with King Mahabali, his own disciple. When Mahabali, in his generosity, agrees to give Lord Vamana 3 paces of land, it is Shukracharya who sees through the disguise, realizing that Vamana is Vishnu and that the request is a divine trap. Shukracharya warns Mahabali and even tries to physically stop the ritual by shrinking himself and entering the spout of the water pot, trying to block the vow. But Vamana, knowing everything, pierces the spout with a blade of kusha grass, blinding Shukracharya in one eye. Even then, Shukracharya does not curse Vishnu. He accepts the act as karma. For interfering in Dharma, his eye remains blind, but his vision only deepens. He steps back and allows Mahabali to make his choice. Because a true guru does not dominate, he guides. Shukracharya's life is filled with such moments of spiritual tests, inner conflict, and incredible wisdom. In another episode, he falls in love with Devayani, his own daughter, and becomes fiercely protective of her. When she's mistreated by Yayati, his role becomes central to the lineage of kings, including the ancestors of the Pandavas. But beyond these human dramas, Shukracharya represents something far more eternal, the grey space between good and evil. In the modern age, we are told that Devas are good and Asuras are bad, but Shukracharya teaches us that real power lies not in labels, but in clarity, sacrifice, and discipline. He is a master of the Shukracharya, a lesser-known text that rivals Chanakya's Arthashastra in its sharp political insight and moral complexity. In Shukracharya, he lays out how a kingdom should function, how kings must behave, how justice must be administered, and how spiritual wisdom must guide politics. He doesn't preach idealism. He offers realism, acknowledging that rulers must sometimes make difficult choices for the greater good. While Brihaspati's teachings are rooted in balance and cosmic order, Shukracharya's are grounded in human struggle, pain, and the longing for justice. Even today, astrologically, the planet Shukra, Venus, is linked to wealth, beauty, creativity, and passion, because Shukracharya embodies both material mastery and spiritual transcendence. He is the guru who embraced the imperfect, the teacher who uplifted the rejected. He is proof that Dharma is not always pretty, but always profound. Shukracharya's contributions also stretch into the realms of alchemy and medicine. In some esoteric traditions of Ayurveda and Rasashastra, he is credited with insights into rejuvenation and healing. The Mritasanjivani mantra is said to be symbolic not just of reviving the dead, but also of reviving a lost civilization, reviving knowledge, values, and truth buried under centuries of distortion. In this way, Shukracharya is not just a character in the Puranas. He is a call to re-examine who we listen to, who we ignore, and what we define as good or bad. He is the guardian of sacred secrets, the protector of forgotten truths. His legacy is a reminder that knowledge should not be monopolized, that even the fallen deserve guidance, and that every being, Deva or Asura, has the right to rise. In an age where power is worshipped and wisdom is commodified, Shukracharya's story brings us back to the core of Ancient Bharat. Say soul, that tapas, austerity, shraddha, faith, and viveka, discernment, are the real sources of strength. His silence in the face of cosmic injustice, his refusal to give up on the Asuras, and his ability to live beyond ego make him one of the most misunderstood yet profound figures in Indian mythology. In your journey through the tales of Bharat, never forget the one-eyed sage who saw more than most with both eyes open, the guru who didn't chase power, but truth, the man who stood against the heavens, not for pride, but for balance. This is the story of Shukracharya, the forgotten light that burned even in the darkest realms. And it reminds us that sometimes the real heroes are not the ones who win wars, but the ones who teach us how to lose with grace and rise again with wisdom.